Hello, silent winners! Welcome back. If you're ready to master the game of office politics, you're in the right place. And hey, if you like what you hear today, please remember to subscribe, like, and drop a comment below. It really helps us out.
All right, let's set a scene. You get that email, that summons. You're called into your boss's office. The door clicks shut. And in that quiet room, it doesn't matter what your title is or their title is. All that matters is who's holding the strings.
The game is on the second that door closes. And you have to ask yourself, are you the prey or are you the predator? Now stick with me, because in just a few minutes, I'm going to give you one single sentence, a sentence that will completely flip that dynamic on its head. It's designed to shatter your management's psychological game. But before we get to that, we have to understand how the game is played.
So let's start by breaking down what's really going on behind those closed doors. We're talking about the boss's office power game.
And here's the absolute key. Most people, maybe you've done this yourself, walk into that office on the back foot, ready to defend themselves, assuming they've done something wrong. But a silent winner? They walk in from a position of power. They've already won before the conversation even starts. How? Well, they understand the system. Which brings us to our next part. You see, this whole power dynamic, it isn't just about your boss. It's about the entire system they work for. A system that's literally designed to turn you into a predictable, manageable pawn on their chessboard. And this slide just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Management says they want loyalty, but what they really want is compliance. They ask for you to be proactive. What they actually reward is predictability. They throw around words like partnership, but what the system is built for is creating trouble-free pawns. Why? It's simple. Pawns are easy to manage and even easier to replace. So the most important thing you can do is to stop playing their game.
So the big question is, how do you do that? How do you go from being a pawn to being the player who controls the board? Welcome to the Silent Winners Playbook.
We're going to break down 3 core strategies that will put the power right back in your hands. Number 1, the illusion of loyalty. Number 2, invisible indispensability. And number 3, the one you've been waiting for, operational dominance. Let's start with strategy 1, the illusion of loyalty. Now, this isn't about being disloyal, not at all. It's about being strategic. You give management the appearance that they are completely in control, while you are quietly, in the background, building your own untouchable kingdom. So, what does that actually sound like? Imagine your boss drops a new urgent task on you, one that's going to derail your whole week. Instead of just saying, "Yes, sir," which makes you a reactive pawn, you deploy this phrase, "I'm including it in my strategic plan and will report the results to you." You see what just happened? You acknowledge their request, but you put yourself in control of the how and the when. You're not just an order taker anymore. You're a strategist. Okay, building right on top of that, we get to strategy 2, invisible indispensability. This is where your power becomes silent but absolute. It's that sweet spot where a critical part of the whole system depends entirely on your unique contribution, something nobody else can just step in and do. You have to remember, if you're easy to replace, you're easy to manage. And this right here is your mantra for this stage. Think about it. The most powerful person in any company isn't the loudest one or the one who works the latest. It's the one whose methods are a complete black box. You need to guard your processes, your knowledge, like a state secret. Because when the system can't function without your silent input, guess what? They stop telling you what to do. You start telling them how it's going to be. But hold on, we need to pause right here, because there is a huge, deadly mistake that can completely destroy all the progress you've made. It's a trap so many people fall into. And there it is, trying to be friends with your boss. In the corporate world, that kind of closeness is almost always a mask for weakness. The more you let them in, the more personal details they know, the more ammunition they have to manipulate you, control you, and when the time comes, get rid of you. So please, burn this into your brain. Your distance is your armor. This isn't about being cold or unfriendly, it's about professional self-preservation. You keep that boundary and you ensure that every interaction is based on professional respect and results, not some fake friendship that can and will be used against you.
Okay, we have our foundation, we know the big mistake to avoid. Now, it's time for the final move, the one I promised you right at the start. This is the one-sentence power shift.
This is the moment we stop playing defense and go on offense. The moment we stop being a pawn and become a game maker. So are you ready for the phrase that changes absolutely everything? Here's the core principle.
When someone in power criticizes you, your gut instinct is to get defensive. That is the single biggest mistake you can make, because defending yourself instantly validates their attack and puts you in the weak position. A silent winner never, ever defends. They ask. They don't react, they launch a new operation.
Get a pen, write this down, memorize it. The next time your boss comes at you with some criticism, you're going to look them right in the eye, stay perfectly calm, and ask this exact question. For what strategic gap in the institution's vision was this criticism given to me to close? This sentence, oh, it's a work of art, it's psychological jujitsu. It completely reframes their attack as a clumsy request for help, and it puts the entire burden of strategic thinking right back on their shoulders. The power advantage is now completely and silently yours.
And that's the real transformation, isn't it? When you can deploy a tool like that, you're not just an employee anymore, bouncing around based on your manager's mood. You've made a conscious choice to manage your management. You've become a game maker.
So what's the point of all this? Why does it matter? Because when you start using these strategies, you see real, tangible results. The office politics, the mobbing, the petty attacks, they just start to melt away. You begin to earn genuine, bone-deep respect. And the most important thing? You take back complete and total control of your career.
But listen, what we've talked about today, this is really just the beginning. This is about building an impenetrable defense. The next level is learning how to go on the offense. And that's exactly why, in our next deep dive, we're going to expose the secret fears of owners and bosses and how you can checkmate them before they even know they're playing.
Thanks for listening, Silent Winners. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. We read all of them. See you soon. And remember, stay silent and win.